Welcome to the Hornby Homeschool channel. Today we are making Elderflower Cordial. This lesson is going to include a little bit of maths and measuring in particular. So to make Elderflower Cordial we need
sugar, lemons, water and vitamin C powder.
This is ascorbic acid and we're going to be using that for preservative instead of citric acid because we don't have any citric acid. And this is an example of an elderflower. It's May at the moment and that's about when they like to flower, and you will need to go out and collect about 50-60 heads. The more flowers you have, the stronger the flavour of elderflower will be. We like to have lots and lots of heads in our elderflower. There's a picture coming up of what the tree looks like with its flowers on so that you can identify it. The equipment that we need to use is
a weighing scale, a grater,
a fine grater,
what's that called?
a lemon squeezer,
a big pan, a sieve, and a measuring jug.
Okay, so yesterday we went out and, as I said, collected all the flowers, and what we did was we got our large pan and we put all of our flowers into it. First you have to make sure that there's no bugs in all of flowers. Go through the flowers, take out any bugs or bits and pieces, and then put them into your pan. We grated the rind of 3 lemons and squeezed all the juice out, and we added that to the pan as well. And then we poured 2 litres of boiled water. We put a plate and another bowl of water on top like that to weigh it down so that it was all submerged under the water. And this is what it ends up looking like. We've had it soaking for almost, I'd say about 24 hours. So what we need to do now is strain this pan into another pan so that we don't have any bits of elderflower or lemon left in it. So it was a good plan to use some fine fabric to strain through. This is a nut milk bag, but you could use muslin or an old net curtain, and it's just to catch all of those bits and some of the pollen. So we've strained that, and now what we've got looks like that. We should have 2 litres in there because that's the amount of water we put in yesterday. But the recipe told us to use 1.5 litres to 1 kilo of sugar. So we now need to do a calculation to adjust the amount of sugar because we used more than 1.5 litres of water. So this is going to be down to Lola. So if we're using 1 kilo sugar, how many grams in a kilo?
1,000?
Yeah. So next Lola needs to weigh out that much sugar. So to make it easier, why don't you do 1,400 grams? We'll round it up.
Yes, more sugar. Where's 1,400?
Can you look on the scales and tell me how you're going to do that?
Is that 1,000?
Yes. And how do you know that?
Because this is just a 1.
But how are you going to know? How would you know that that's... How do you know not to use these ones?
I don't know. So these ones are bigger.
What about this here?
That are 0 grams.
What about
kilograms?
Kilograms. That's
so
what you're after,
grams.
isn't it? Yeah, but we
need
kilograms and grams are the same kind of thing.
That's
right?
1 gram, which is
that's 1 kilo.
kilogram, which is 1,000 grams.
That's right. That's what we were working in. So you need to line up the 0 on your needle there and start pouring the sugar in. And keep an eye on this. Where are we working to, Lola?
There.
That's it. Perfect. So if I just put my finger there, you can pour.
Slowly going up. Now the sugar.
Stop. Slow down. Okay. A little bit more. Oh, a little bit over. Never mind, that's fine.
Oh, we used a lot of sugar.
Yeah. Well, that's a 2 kilo bag, so it's most of it, isn't it? So, we need to now take this to the cooker. Put this on the heat. Warm it up. Lola, would you like to bring the sugar over here and tip it in?
Like a waterfall of sugar.
So we're just going to dissolve that sugar in this water or in the cordial as it warms up. It might take a little while. And then we will be back with bottling it next. We have now allowed our Elderflower Cordial to cool, and we have also found some bottles that we want to put it into and sterilise them. This is really important if you're going to keep the cordial for any length of time, because if they're not sterilised, your cordial will probably get mould on it. So what we've used is a product called Milton. You can find it in the baby formula aisle of the supermarket. It's especially for sterilising. So I've done that already, and now we just need to pour the mixture into the bottles.
Tiny little.
I've got a tiny little funnel, maybe too small, I don't know.
Yeah.
The only other funnel we've got is an oval one. Where did you put it? So maybe should we use this, do you think?
Yeah.
If you hold it, the thing is it wobbles, it's a very stupid funnel.
It works.
I hope 2 bottles is enough.
Stop.
Oh! Oopsie! Sugar.
Tastes good.
Yeah. We just have to go and clear this up back soon. Right, cleared that mess up. Try again. Lola, you going to hold the funnel? Right, I'm going to stop sooner this time.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
Awesome. Right, take this out, put the lid on. Now, we can have a try a little bit. It's probably worth me telling you that the last batch that we made of this, after a year, it had a little layer of what looked like scum at the top of the bottle. But it wasn't scum, it was just pollen from the elderflowers. Because you can see that it's a little bit cloudy. Factory produced cordial is, I think, must be ultra filtered to get all of the pollen out, but we can't do that. So it tends to rise to the top, but just so you know, it's not mould or anything sinister, it's just pollen. We were able to drink this last year's batch of cordial only like a month ago, and it was fine. So let's try some. Okay, now we're testing our cordial. What do you think, kids?
Good.
Good?
Very good.
I think it's not as elderflowery as last year's.
It's different to last year's.
I think I might remember us making like doing the first stage of the process twice because we felt like it wasn't elderflowery enough. So that involves doing the decoction of all the flowers in your hot water for 24 hours, removing the first lot of flowers that you've used, and then getting a whole nother batch of elderflowers, putting them in the same water weighing it down as we showed you, putting the lid on and letting it sit for another 24 hours. Probably be even worth warming up the water before you put the second batch in, and that makes it like double strong. So you don't need to use as much of the cordial, because you can make it too sweet if you have to use lots of cordial. So anyway, that's 2020's batch of elderflower cordial made. Hope you enjoy it.